Alright guys, welcome back to Griffzilla Garage. We are doing 1990 Corvette. This one has the Bose sound system. And you know what? We're just going to remember KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. Don't worry about the amps, the receiver. Yeah, say all that stuff. Just put it on eBay. Somebody's going to want that. Some purist Corvette guy's going to want that. Us, not so much. I'm going to show you guys free, no charge. Now, of course, if you want to send me some money, you'll hit the link down there. You know, that'd be all right. I ain't going to be mad at you. So here's our head unit. As we look over the back of it, you can see we have this red and yellow, and it says right on it what it is. Ignition. Right here is your battery constant. Black one's your ground. All you have to do is, it depends on the vehicle. Sometimes you'll need to have your constant hooked up to a different source than your ignition power. But as long as these two are hooked up, ideally you want to run this constant power. You want to run this like a clock or something like that. Once you've run and hooked up your battery and your constant, you can run your ground. In your ground, you could take that right from here, this black wire, and you could run it. You could run it right to. You could run it right to here. It's all you need is power and ground for it to turn on. All right, guys. So get the old deck unit out. I'm sure there's plenty of videos on how to do that. Once you get your head unit out, you're going to have these two plugs, all right? You grab the smaller connector, and all the way on the end, you got it red with a black stripe. Take your test light, do a little gremlins, be like, light bright, light bright. You got power, right? So here's the connector we're going to use. We're going to use this red wire with a black stripe. We're going to use that for our power. So you get the deck out. You want to find your power and ground. Get your test light clamp. Hook it on a good ground. Nice good metal surface. Take your test light. Grab the smaller connector here. And right here on the end, we got power. Check it out. Power. Pow! 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 Got power. That wire is red with a black stripe. We're going to use that for our power source, all right? Now, we need to remember the acronym KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. So to find a good ground, I went ahead and just rigged this up. I'm going to shove that right into where we had power coming out. And so for electricity to work, all you need is power and ground. So that power, it's going somewhere. It wants to go somewhere. It needs to ground out so that this test light can light up. So if I just go right next to it, this terminal right here, it's green, showing that's a good ground. If you just had a regular test light, it would just light the bulb up. Go to the one next to it, pow, 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 pow. So we've got, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4. So the 4 wires next to the power wire can all be a good source of ground. Let's wire it up and see if it works. If you don't want to use one of the wires back here for ground, or you're uncertain about it, just use the power source and ground it out either right here. You can run a ground right to here. You can run one right here. You can run one right here. You know, metal surface that's making contact with the body. That's all you need is a good ground. All right, so we got our constant power supply from back there on that red and black wire. Now we need ignition power supply. So once again, hook your test light up. Come over here to your OBD2 terminal. I'm sorry, OBD1. This is old school. I'm plugged in on the bottom pin on the right side. So I turn the ignition on. Check it out. Little light bright. Pow! Power! So now we've got our ignition power. So we've got constant power, and then we've got ignition power over here, and we'll hook up our ground. To wire into this one and still have your OBD port usable, go ahead and come to it. It's the bottom one on the right side. Look on the back side. It's this tan with the black stripe. Just strip a little bit of that away. All right, don't let all these wires scare you guys. Right here, this is our constant power, all right? Now, I've already wired all this up, but I'm gonna take it apart for you guys because I care, man. We got our constant power, right? And that's what it says on it. It says battery. And a lot of these deck units are gonna be labeled. If they're not, well, you'll have to figure that out. A lot of times it says on the wire itself. But this one's labeled. This is battery. Battery always has power. We'll go ahead and we're going to cut it. All right. We're going to wire this right up to the power source, the constant power source that we had behind the connector. Right over here. All right, so now we got to get our ignition wires. So, get your red one. It's coming off the back of the head unit, and it says ignition right on it. Pow! It's upside down, but you guys get the idea. Go ahead and take that one. Get a pretty good strand of it, you know, however long you need it to be. Strip some of that off the back. Get that stripped off, and we're gonna run that right over to that area that we stripped back a little bit of the OBD terminal. Got your OBD terminal here. We stripped a little bit away right here. And so we can just wrap this around there. Just tap into this. And you can find, there's a number of ways you can secure this and cover it up. I would recommend soldering it in there. All right, so now we're gonna run our ground. It's the last part. Go to your ground, strip some wires back, got it exposed. Take the other ground in, go ahead and just hook it right to where we had the test light before, right over here. Pop, pop. Let's see if it fires up. All right, so I haven't taken the cover off yet. I don't want anything to get messed up while I'm still installing everything. But check it out. We'll go ahead and turn this on. Look at that. Power and ground, man. That thing fires right up. All right, so guys, don't let all this overwhelm you. Like this here, I don't even. If you just want to have regular speakers, you're not even gonna need. You're not even gonna need this. You could take this out if you wanted to. Like this here, you're not even gonna need that. So we got to remember KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. So we got constant power, ignition power, and then our ground. So those three wires, thing turns on. Great. Now you need to get some sound out of it. Well, right front is gray and black. So you just go over, you find you gray and black. Here we go, gray and black and gray. Take brand new speaker wire and just run that directly over to the right front speaker. And I've got the carpet and everything out, but you guys can find a way to hide it and do that for the rear speakers as well, so on and so forth. When you go to wire up the speakers, this is the original Bose unit. These speakers will work just fine without the amplifier. Flip it around, unplug the amplifier, and then plug in your new speaker wires right on those two tabs. It's that easy. You just leave this dangling or something. You tie this out of the way, but yeah, you don't need any of that. So this speaker's in good shape. That's all I need. Just disconnect the amplifier from it, and you've removed everything that Chevy made hard to do on this. I'm not trying to get on your guys' nerves, but it's that simple. Keep it simple, stupid. Power and ground. Run new speaker wires right from the deck, right to the speaker. If you want some banging sound system, then you can still do that and just keep it simple. Just bypass that tuner module, the amp. You don't need any of that stuff. Go right past it, hook it up like you're hooking up, like my first car was a 1978 Volvo. Run it just like that. It's that easy. Get yourself a digital antenna. Mine sticks right up on the windshield, and then I just run it right to the back of the head unit. If you got any questions, please leave it in the comments section down below. I'm really good about getting back to people. I really appreciate the time you guys spend watching the videos and help me grow the channel. It means a lot to me.